this game ends up going the distance here, simply because... Alright, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to game number 2 of this best of 9 between two incredibly talented players, but spawning first in the 12 o'clock position of Vani Research Station, representing Team Liquid.net. Ladies and gents, it is none other than Bunny. His opponent currently one game up after a convincing Phoenix Colossus play on map number 1. Will he be able to extend his lead over our incumbent to 2 games to nothing? We'll find out. Representing Millennium, it's Lilbow. Alright, so game number 1. We had a pretty standard openings from both these players, Gateway Expand and a Reaper opening from our Terran. We might see something a bit more aggressive on Vani, counteracted of course by the fact that we have a little nice in-base natural, so it makes it a bit easier to take a command center or nexus first if desired, but it also is a 2-player map. And because it's a 2-player map and you know exactly where your opponent spawns as soon as you start the game, it means that there's also scope to go ahead with some more aggressive strategies as well. And this is what I might be looking out for here, because we have a gas first from Bunny. He's putting down the barracks behind it as well. And the reason we have the gas first is because as soon as the barracks is complete, we will already have 100 gas in the bank to produce a factory and be able to tech up to that factory and starport tech as quickly as humanly possible. So I think Bunny is going to be opening up with some reasonable aggression here. We've got a probe scout from Lilbow to see if he can spot that aggression, or maybe he can spot a command center first or something like that, just to make sure Bunny isn't doing anything particularly crazy. And he is going to be able to pop in here and see what's going on. He will see that gas has been mining. Does he click on the gas? Yes, he clicked on the gas as well. So he knows it's been mining for a while and that it's a gas first opening. Very important for Lilbow to know, because he needs to work out how greedy he can be, and right now I assure you he is not thinking about being super greedy. He knows that that gas meant that an awful lot of tech options, early drops might be coming in from the Terran player as well. We just have a single marine. Are we going to see an add-on straight away on this barracks? We are indeed going straight into a reactor as well. So I wouldn't be surprised if we had a very quick drop coming in from our Team Liquid player this time around in game number 2. Now, no scouts coming out until now from Bunny. He in fact is just going to be seeing if there's a pylon down in the middle of the map or something similar. So if there's a reinforcement pylon or a probe sort of lurking with intent, there might in fact be a very early attack incoming. But there isn't. We're only at the 4-minute mark. What it has meant is that Lilbow has taken just a little while longer perhaps to go ahead and grab his natural expansion in base. Buddy, on the other hand, he's already taken his expansion as well, and he's actually opting after the factory not to go for the immediate starport. I really want to stress this, guys, because Lilbow scouted Bunny, Bunny knew it, and both players knew that the Terran went for gas first. So it's really interesting that we've delayed the starport here in favor of getting that command center down earlier, because Lilbow is probably going to be preventing an all-out attack by making sure he's quite defensive. And Bunny's just taking a little bit of time out to go a little bit down the greed route right now. And that's very, very interesting indeed, and might get him an economic edge later on in the game. You can see the units, by the way, are rallying into the mineral lines. That's because there might be early oracles deciding to come out here on the map to frustrate and decimate these worker lines as the natural expansion is about to complete. And well, those unbuildable plates definitely got what was coming to them, as the natural nexus is about to complete now as well. And a second gateway, again, nothing terribly interesting aside from this robotics facility right now, completing for Lilbow, opting not to go for the starport first, Stargate first even, on Vani Research Station. And will instead be going, I guess, be the conventional safe route as well. Bunker going down for Bunny. Wow, both players actually being reasonably defensive right now. More Marines just being rallied. We've got the Widow Mine inside here as well. A second Widow Mine actually getting burrowed. Oh no, they're now going to be joined up. All right. So let's see if he uses them to be quite aggressive. These Marines just protecting the natural expansion in the meantime for being attacked. And now we have the drop play, ladies and gents. There we go. So it took a little while. It's only going to be 2 Widow Mines and nothing else moving forward to harass Lilbow at this point. And Lilbow is going very, very quickly for that immediate robotics bay. We've got the Warp Prism coming out in the meantime as well. So reasonably quick sort of evolution of events here in the Protoss side of the world. And now we have Bunny moving in with his drop. He's going to have to go into the mineral line around that pile. It's not going to do any good whatsoever. There is one Widow Mine. There's a second Widow Mine. Both of them are burrowing. And, oh, you know what? I actually think one of these might get picked up. No, okay, he's not going to get picked up. Number of workers killed at the moment. Just the 4. The medevac has gotten away, which is pretty important. But 2 Widow Mines for 4 workers. I'd say that's about all right. No one's really going to go home crying there. Ideally, with the observer in place, if there were a couple of stalkers already there, I think one of those Widow Mines might have been killed instantly, or at least not been allowed to explode. I'm not sure that Lilbow could have stopped both, but at any rate, those kills are what's going to happen. And a single Widow Mine is actually going back for round 2. Now, considering the limited success of round 1, we'll see how well this works, and it's because he's doing it in conjunction with a second medevac. So 2 medevacs with just a single Widow Mine each, and are moving into the Protoss space. Meanwhile, in terms of building, we have got another command center on the way, but very, very late, potentially for Bunny. As a decision, because really he wants to be engaging with the aggression here, and oh dear, 1 medevac and a Widow Mine instantly going down. Photon overcharge trigger inside the main base as well. The medevac gets out, but not an awful lot was killed. Look, workers killed, cab guys, still showing 4 from our Terran player's point of view. And that was simply not good. We have, in the meantime, got... Whoa! Colossi drops. Yeah! That's going to be so much fun. It looks like he picked off a couple of Marines because no workers have been killed there. But that's all well and good. Let's keep an eye on what they're doing there. We have an excellent observer placement, by the way. Spotting exactly where his opponent's units are. And I can't quite see how many kills this Colossi have, but I will when he gets dropped somewhere. So, ooh, no, it looks like... unfortunately, this Warp Prism is just a little bit skittish, and that isn't going to be happening. So, Lilbow, potentially his turn to get quite aggressive here. A lot of gateways about to be finishing up for our Protoss hero. The natural expansion is looking great. There are no signs of a third, by the way. Oh, and I like this scan as well. Bunny has spotted that there are no signs for a third, so he's going to be steeling himself for a 2-base all-in. Moving his units to within his base, being a lot more defensive, a lot less out there, a lot more making sure this doesn't just go down. A single Marine is going to get stopped from hitting that pylon, and I think Bunny knows that this is a clue that the fight might be about to begin. Now again, just like last game, guys, number of Vikings on the field. Oh, well, he just got up to 4, so it might be okay here. There are no Phoenixes this time around. SCVs repairing the bunker. A lot of stim on the top of the ramp and a good concave. Decent force fields preventing some of the bio from attacking, but this bunker is still holding strong. The Vikings are doing an okay job as well. And both sides are going to be backing off, but I feel like Lilbow is the one that really needs to force the issue here. Another attack, a lot of Colossi lasers going down on the front of this army, but again, Lilbow has to push back. Now, if this kept going infinitely, guys, I do actually think Lilbow might run into a bit of trouble, because those Colossi will eventually get taken down, and he will drop out of the running as far as this game is concerned. The fight's still going on at the ramp of the Terran player. Lilbow now trying everything he can to get through. It looks like the repair is going to come a little too late, and the bunker is going down, which is really good news for our Protoss player. But Bunny still has an army defending this. Can Lilbow try and exert? And yes, he can. We have a Zealot Warp in via Warp Prism inside the main base. That is... he almost targeted down his own orbital command there. Lucky he stopped in time. This War Prism is slowly becoming the MVP of this game. Those Zealots killed a good number of workers. It's now up to 21 versus 4 in this game killed. And it's 49 to 28 worker supply. Lilbow might be putting himself in a good position here to make it 2 out of 2 and go 2 games clear against Bunny. Not a lot of people predicted that before the start of this series. Very, very interesting things coming out here. And we'll see if Lilbow can keep the momentum going. Bunny, in the meantime, he's now moved out. He's breaking out. Needs to make sure that he has room to take his 3rd base, because this game obviously isn't ending for Bunny on 2. He managed to defend, and now he needs to think about being aggressive and expanding his economy as well. Hopefully, that's exactly what ends up happening now. He's moving the army up, but we want to be seeing the command center behind it, which I think is going to be a key element of who survives in the long run in this game. A single Marine is going to defend. Oh, hang on a second. He's brought his friends. That could end up being an issue, as all the forward pylons are getting destroyed now. And here we go. Bunny being very, very aggressive here. No Phoenixes, so actually the Vikings are doing a decent job. Good concave coming out of here from Bunny, but will his unit survive long enough? We now have a situation where all the Zealots have gone down, and wow, all but one of the Colossi have gone down, but how much is left on the ground to battle off these Stalkers? I'm not sure it's enough. So close to killing off the last Colossus here. We won't quite be able to do it. It looks like Lilbow will be able to defend. GG! And Lilbow, ladies and gents, makes it 2 out of 2 as he beats Liquid Bunny to move 2 games ahead here in the hot seat week 6.